coming up.
The Gelbvieh cattle have been extremely impressive.
We had over 60% of the steers came back prime. The market trend is 5%.
And later,
some cattle will bring more money than others, but there's a buyer for every set of cattle out that we put on Superior.
discover how Judd Ranch's multi-breed program benefits their customers. Next on The American Rancher. Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. An hour from Kansas City, Judd Ranch has been producing profitable and functional cattle since 1981. The Judds have 3 breeds, Gelbvieh, Balancers, and Red Angus, and their goal is to produce bulls that are deep, thick, and structurally sound. They've also stacked generations of easy calving, high maternal genetics with performance and superior beef traits. In fact, their commitment to producing top females runs so deep that the American Gelbvieh Association has recognized Judd Ranch as the #1 Dam of Merit program in the country for 20 of the past 22 years. But decades of success don't just happen. It starts with satisfied customers like these.
I'm Bob Blazer. We're from Falcon, Missouri. My wife, daughters, and I run a 200-cow herd. I think we're a lot like a lot of other farming enterprises and ranch operations where we've tried other breeds, and through the years, in 2012 to be exact, we came to our first Judd Ranch sale here at Pomona, Kansas. Came with the idea of looking into the Gelbvieh breed, had no desire, no interest at that time to purchase a bull, and as it turns out, we went home with 2 bulls from that first sale in 2012, which we've now put everything into our genetics as a Gelbvieh Balancer herd. It was the pluses that we saw from the maternal strength, the docility in the bulls, the quality of what the breed has to offer that really attracted us to come out, take a look at Judd's sale.
The first thing Gelbvieh is known for is their mama cows. The ability for those girls to milk and produce big weaned calves, and then also, you know, just continue to provide the growth. So we really wanted to focus on the maternal side, but we can't lose that power and the carcass traits. And I think the Judd cattle probably put the best all-around picture together that really, the perfect bull, I think usually, you know, you can find here.
Pounds paid. You know, that's what we want is, you know, we want to have the biggest, best calves that go to market. Our goal is to eventually, you know, take calves plumb to the feedlot and onto the processing plant and see how they hang on the rail, you know, and we want something that'll hang on the rail good, you know, to try to make that extra dollar also.
The Judd genetics on the carcass side has just been phenomenal. We like finishing them out and sending them graded yield because we get the reports back and we know which animal graded how. 2 years ago, the data that we received back, we had over 60% of the steers that we sent graded yield came back prime. And we didn't realize how good that was until we were speaking to a couple of people that work for UW-Madison, the university, and they said, well, you realize that up here, the market trend is 5%. So when we're talking 60 and the market average is 5, no wonder everybody was so awed by what we did. So we were very, very happy, which is why we come back.
I think it's the integrity of what the Judd family has in the beef industry and what we've witnessed now, having worked with them and their genetics for 5 years. There's other producers that have worked with them longer, but those core values, the integrity, the sincerity side of it, you know, if there's a problem, they're only a phone call away, and they always answer the phone. That's the same principles that we try to function, those parallel interests, trying to implement that, and the sincerity to help us grow our business, because without that, without our customers, we wouldn't be where we are, and in the same token, we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for Judd's, you know, giving us some of that genetic base, but also standing behind the animals as needed whenever.
Judd Ranch, producing profitable functional genetics is our goal, and you can learn more about our breeding program on the evening of February 10th on The American Rancher. Then join us March 7th in Pomona, Kansas for our 42nd annual bull sale, featuring 332 Gelbvieh, Balancer, and Red Angus bulls from our #1 honored Dam of Merit program, an 81-pound average birth weight and an 834-pound average weaning weight on the bulls. Visit juddranch.com.
The Superior Country page is your 24/7 marketplace for buying and selling load-lock calves, feeders, breeding stock, and other cattle. Cattle ranchers like the Country page because it's easy to use, and they get the jump on current market conditions by putting cattle in front of buyers right now. Cattle are ready for sale in minutes, so buyers can start bidding. Call or log on today to find out how the Superior Country page can work for you.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. The story of Judd Ranch began in 1981 when Dave and Cindy Judd bought the ranch in East Central Kansas. Today, it ranks as one of the top 100 largest seed stock operations in the country. But in many respects, the Judds have done it unconventionally. Early on, they saw opportunities in producing Gelbvieh, a highly maternal and performance breed that's complementary to Angus. And by doing so, they've provided their customers with genetics that balance calving ease, growth, carcass, and fertility, and also infuse their herds with heterosis, which improves health, longevity, and performance. The Judd Ranch complete package has translated into high demand from the commercial industry. In 2019, 44 of their top-selling 50 bulls sold to commercial customers. Here's Dave Judd to share his family story and breeding philosophy.
So I told the family I wanted it to be a full-time job when we started out, and now it's 3 full-time jobs. But Judd Ranch is basically 100% seed stock operation. We're running right at 800 cows. We develop about 250 to 300 replacement heifers every year. This fall we calved about 486 cows, and out of those cows, literally no assists because of birth weight, and run extensive AI programs. The Gelbvieh cattle have really been extremely impressive as far as the amount of the fertility on the cattle and the milking ability of the cattle, all in one package. It seemed like the Gelbviehs have done really well, and they seem to be extremely adaptable to most climates. So we truly feel the Gelbviehs excel in growth, fertility, milking ability, which kind of goes along with growth. And we have bred these cattle where they're extremely easy calving and right there on the cutting edge on birth weight. Most of our customers realize the value of the maternal traits that we have to offer. They have gotten to be, so many of them, really good friends, tremendous producers, and the pounds of calves that we wean off of some of those operations, especially when you look at the locations that they're in, is just pretty phenomenal. They know where they want to go, and it's up to us to try to furnish them genetics that are going to get them where they need to be. Probably the largest benefit to some of those maternal traits is the longevity of the cows, as well as, you can keep cows longer, save a lot less replacement females, and have to calve a lot less heifers. So, put it in a nutshell, save a ranch a lot of money. The maternal traits, especially if you infuse them into a crossbreeding program with other breeds and some of these other herds, you just maximize the longevity and fertility in those cows. Once that cow gets past that second, third calf, they're just so much easier to manage. Less feed, you just turn them out on the grass, maybe give them just a little bit of protein, and those cows are going to do it for you every year. Out of the 313 bulls that we sold last year, the average birth weight on those bulls was 79 pounds. So that tells you, if that's the mean, that means those bulls basically went from about 88 or 9 pounds down into the 60s on birth weight. Well, I guess the way we select for both docility and teat, udder quality would be, we score those cows the minute that calf hits the ground. And so when we take teat udder scores, it's before the calf ever gets up. We're looking at the udder before it's ever been touched. We feel like the maternal strength of the Judd Ranch herd is as high as about any herd in the nation. From a production standpoint, the Gelvies are second to none, and as far as we're concerned, that's what keeps you in the cow business. It's just incredible where these cattle have come in the last 30 years. They're so docile, such good mothers, and so easy to work with. It makes a guy that's getting older like me think he can do it for quite a few more years.
The Judd Ranch Complete Package is calving ease, growth, carcass, and fertility, and a proven source for heterosis. The Judd Ranch 2020 Spring Sale features 204 head of fall yearlings and 128 spring-born bulls. 239 head are black and polled, and 307 head are homozygous polled. Average actual weaning weights for all bulls is 834 pounds, and the average actual birth weight is a low 81 pounds. And for calving ease, direct EPD, the Judd Ranch bulls rank in the top 15% of the Gelbvieh breed, top 20% for balancers, and top 25% for Red Angus. Judd Ranch's 42nd annual bull sale takes place March 7th in Pomona, Kansas, 1 hour southwest of Kansas City. The internet live broadcast is on liveauctions.tv. Quality acceptance is guaranteed on all sight unseen purchases, and free trucking is offered in the continental U.S. on purchases of $20,000 or more. Trucking is typically very affordable, as Judd Ranch bulls sell in 20+ states. Visit juddranch.com to learn more. That's juddranch.com. Coming up,
you had one guy run around buying cattle. That was the only game in town.
learn how cattle ranchers in remote areas of the country are marketing their cattle for top dollar to a nationwide buyer base. That's after the break on The American Rancher.
Ken Stewart with Southern Cattle Company, where we believe Brangus is the best option to maintain or add Bosindicus into a commercial cow herd in the southern U.S. And we're raising the right kind that'll add value to your calf. What makes us different as a Brangus breeder is that every decision we make, first off, ask ourselves, is this good for our commercial customer? We believe that our Brangus cattle will work in a commercial application anywhere in the Southeast. That's why we go by the slogan, built for the heat, prized for the meat.
Located just outside beautiful Crawford, Texas, MP Brangus strives to produce the best Brangus show cattle you can find. Come see Mark, Tammy, and the whole Perry family anytime to find your next Brangus bull or female. Our genetics work beautifully both in and outside the show ring. Follow our Facebook page to keep up with us on the show road. And remember, at MP Brangus, we show champions to produce champions.
Reproductive success is critical in every profitable cow-calf operation. That's why you need effective, easy breeding with VitaFirm Concept Aid. High concentrations of organic trace minerals and vitamin E found in Concept Aid will ensure more of your cows breed back faster. Plus, you'll be giving your herd the AmaFirm advantage, leading to healthier, heavier, more uniform calves at weaning. VitaFirm Concept Aid. Effective, easy breeding.
Hi, I'm Bob McLaren with 44 Farms. We have a new program with Walmart called Prime Pursuits, which brings together great Angus producers from around the United States together to provide great beef for the consumer. Producers all around the country, we would love for you to join us in this great pursuit. So please give us a call. We would love to talk to you about the specifics of this great new program. Thank you.
Welcome back to the American Rancher. In the remote high desert along the Idaho and Utah border, cattle buyers are few and far between. That puts a limit on cow-calf operators when it comes to marketing their stock. Two operators in the region talk about how Superior Livestock Auction put their cattle in front of a nationwide buyer base. First, we're with Russell Boyer, a longtime cattleman who calls Snowville, Utah, his home.
This ranch here was my wife's family's ranch. They homesteaded here in 1881. I think we're the fourth generation. My boys are going to be the fifth. And we've combined it with my family's place in Summit County, Utah. And so we run both of them in conjunction, and same thing with that. We're fourth generation down there, same thing. We have a grazing association. So all the cow-calf men in this valley, we're all members of that association. We're separate operations, but we run together. Our bulls are selected by us. We have a bull judging committee, so we use the latest genetics that we can buy, purebred bulls, Black Angus, and therefore, we're getting a consistent calf. That my neighbor's calf is peas in the pod with mine, because we run together. We trail these cattle year round. Very few of our cows hit a truck, and the only thing is different is there's just a different brand on that calf. Be it your son or somebody starting with us, we can have a producer with only 60 head of cows, or a guy that's got 400 head of cows. It allows everybody to be able to capitalize on those top prices. We bid these calves in. We know what our truckloads are going to be. Between our Superior rep and us, we can bring these calves usually within just a few pounds of our targeted weight.
You really don't need to be a big producer to sell cattle on Superior. I don't think Chad knows that I wasn't.
Russell is a longtime customer of Superior Rep Kelly Kunstler.
Numbers always sell well. Guys get a lot of consistency out of numbers. But if you don't have a full load and your neighbor and you can put a load together, I can come by and look at them, see if they match up, tell you. I mean, and then you can get a forward contract and all the benefits we've talked about Superior. You're not hauling them to a sale barn in October, waiting for 8, 10, 12 hours for them to sell, standing there, shrinking the whole time. Health isn't good. Stress on the animals is worse. Why Superior Livestock? Number one, the money's good. Don't have to haul them anywhere. We pick them up. Buyer sends the trucks. We pick them up there. And I'm at every delivery, or I have a couple guys that work for me that'll be there if I can't be, but I try to be to every delivery. My son helps me quite a bit. He'll deliver them. We're there. We look the cattle over when they go on. We write the check that day. They can take it to the bank that day. There's no wait time. There's no hold time, and it's good to go.
I've been selling with Superior since my father had started in Summit County, since the second year they were in business. Started in a calf pool down there. And then we come up here and become part of this operation, and we brought Superior into the valley in the early 90s. And the great thing about Superior is, and these ranches that we run in common with, we're able to market these calves. Instead of selling just one weight of calf, we can market our lightweights and our heavyweights, and we commingle those loads together in order for us to be able to ship all our calves and get us a higher premium for our weights on those truckloads.
Starting 3 decades ago, Superior Livestock Auction leveled the playing field by putting secluded cow-calf operations in front of a nationwide buyer base. Another ranch that benefits from Superior's market is Connor Springs Ranch, just outside Tremont, Utah.
Where's Pete?
Connor Springs Ranch is also a customer of Superior rep Kelly Kunzler. As with all Superior customers, Kelly works with Craig and Pete to make plans that make sense. But most importantly, everyone focuses on highly consistent quality from sale to sale.
Back in the day, 70s, 80s, you had one guy that you were acquainted with pretty much that run around packing 3 or 4 feedlot checkbooks. Run around buying cattle. That was the only game in town, a country buyer, so to speak. We then there was a internet deal that come around. You didn't have the exposure you have with Superior. And now with Superior, you have a lot of feedlots looking at your cattle.
The vast number of buyers that view the cattle is the main thing. It goes, you know how that works.
One thing about Craig and these guys, they get us forward contract. Anytime when they want to sell the cattle, they can sell them, get that forward contract. Cattle don't have to go to a sale ring stand. A lot less stress on the animals, a lot less stress on the people. The main thing boils down that we're all in this for is to make a living. And the way things are, you've got to be careful who you do business with. You need to be able to know when you sell something, you're going to get paid for it. I think that's the one thing that stands Superior out above everybody else. Their money has always been good. They have never turned back any contracts.
In the mid-90s, Superior set the standard for calf vaccinations and value-added programs. Today, cattle buyers will discount animals that are not included within a VAC program. And industry-leading value-added programs such as Superior Source and Age Verified, NHTC, and others are proven to add premiums on sale day.
We're on the VAC 45 program where we wean and precondition, and it allows us to get our cattle in, get the ball out of them, and have a preconditioned calf where that calf can go anywhere here in the United States.
Along with excellent genetics and ranch management, VAC and value-added programs are the best way to increase the bottom line of your cow-calf operation. And Superior Livestock knows that producers like Russell might only get one paycheck a year. Superior is the largest cattle marketing network in North America, and they have the proven reputation to get you the highest possible price for your cattle year after year.
You watch as the summer starts, everybody has their eyes on our first big summer sale. What's the market? Anytime we have a big sale throughout the summer, everybody's watching, and I hear a lot of country buyers say, well, let's see what the cattle do on Superior, then I'll have a better idea what they're worth. Why wouldn't you want to do all you could to make your bottom line bigger? And selling with Superior Livestock on these video auctions, to me, is a no-brainer. I mean, you're getting your forward contract when you want to sell them, not when someone dictates to you, and your money's good. Buyers look at them. There's a buyer for every set of cattle out there. Some cattle will bring more money than others, but there is literally a buyer for every type and kind of animal that we put on Superior.
For so many cow-calf operations located off the beaten path, Superior opens the door to a nationwide base of over 8,000 active buyers. Superior gives buyers access to a steady supply of quality load lot cattle. And competitive bidding brings top dollar for sellers. It's a win-win for everyone.
You know, the country buyers in this area, they left in the early 90s. Our only other avenue was commission houses, and they were far and few between. It's enabled us to sell our calves right here off the farm. Our reps been able to market our cattle from California clean back into Kansas. And we have repeat buyers. We've had one repeat buyer that bought 18, 19 years. For us, Superior, it's the only way to go.
That's all the time we have today. To learn more about marketing your cattle the Superior way, log on to superiorlivestock.com or call 800-422-2117. To find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minnick. For our entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
That was Superior.